Well, good evening. It's Clutch here from the Sodak Motorcycle Blog, coming to you from a pretty chilly garage on a pretty chilly night here in the end of December of 2025. And normally you'd be watching your January edition of Comments and Beer. But honestly, I basically kind of just let this one slip by me and didn't really get any beer for it and didn't really prepare for it. And I decided today, just on a whim, like, you know what? Let's just do a end of the year recap of the 12 episodes of Comments and Beer that we had last year. Basically, I picked either the best comment or what I thought was the best part of the episode and put it all together here. So essentially, you're going to have 12 comments or things that were the best of the episodes this year. And I'm just going to throw them off all here in order here. They're going to just go in chronological order. So there isn't really this was the best or whatever. But this is kind of just going to be the highlights from the 12 comments in beer this year. So I hope you enjoy it. And you probably won't. But you know what? Hey, it's the 1st of January. It's a brand new year. So maybe you got a whole nother year of just me disappointing you and letting you down coming up. Oh, by the way, I do have a beer here. This is the Extra Pale Ale from a place in Greeley, Colorado called Weldworks. So if you get a chance, it's a good place to check out. I will say this about Weldworks. And no, it's not a South Dakota microbrewery, but I will say this. As far as craft beer goes, Weldworks is pretty solid. They're also one of those places where you could probably find a beer for almost everybody in that place at all times. At least that's what we have found between me and my wife. But anyways, sit back and check out, I guess, the best from this past year. From Tom Folt 7956, also from the first one, Operator Error, and he asks, how many sips can you squeeze out of a long empty cup? I can tell you this much, I can squeeze a lot of sips out of a long empty cup, and frankly, if you're a cup manufacturer out there that's looking to sponsor someone, I am open for sponsorships, and I will squeeze sips out of that long cup all dang day long, just like a NASCAR driver trying to drink a Coke after a race.
Second place tonight, Joey. Not exactly the start of the year that you wanted, but man, this has got to feel good.
So, I mean, I could just sit here all day just sipping it, holding it up, making sure everybody sees that there's your logo on it. So I guess in a way that's a your logo here kind of spiel. So thanks for your comments. And yeah, I did notice that on that a lot of sips there, but I guess that's kind of how the video came out. And it's also what happens when it's after you've been working out in a 95-degree shop all day, and now you're just trying to sip into any water you can get. That was a while ago, though. This one is from the Sturgis Rally 2024 demos. This is from Mark Scott, GWR2RB. And this says, does he know, and it's spelled N-O, what he's doing? And he who else responded, haha, I think having a blast in a different world, LOL. So I don't know, where this one's coming from, but here's the thing. I really don't know what I'm doing, okay? Like, that's kind of but I guess in the end, this would be like, Dan Levitard back in the day when people would call in and complain about his show doing dumb stuff, and they'd play the "You don't get the show." Well, this is very much a "you don't get the show" sounder on that one. But yes, I'm having fun. I'm enjoying things. I'm comfortable in my skin, and I'm okay with expressing that on the internet. So there you go. No, I don't know what I'm doing. There's days where it's a miracle I made it up in the morning and actually functioned through the day. First of all, brand new Gold Wings came out for the 50th anniversary edition, and as a surprise not to me, they pretty much missed the mark and did the whole standard Honda trick, as in we just put a fancy 50th anniversary badge on a Honda Goldwing. This is my shocked face. So, and I know there was a lot of people really kind of butthurt about it, really torn up about how, oh, they didn't do a brand new Goldwing and blah, blah, blah. And do I say that is, what were you expecting? I mean, honestly, this is Honda's MO. This is what Honda always does. Every single year, it's 3 little bit different colors. If it's an anniversary edition, they throw a badge on it, and that's pretty much it. Because, once again, that is very much Honda's MO. And, a lot of people get hurt about that. A lot of people are like, oh, I gotta buy a different motorcycle that I could get color options and stuff. And, yes, there are plenty of motorcycles out there that have color options. And I say to this, it's like, well, if you want a bunch of color options, then I guess the Honda Goldwing is not for you. Because here's what Honda is going to release every single year. You're going to get 3 colors. There's going to be 2 generic colors, and there's going to be a fancy 2-tone color that's only going to come on the airbag. That's, once again, that's Honda's MO. That's how they do it all the time. It's always been the way Honda does it. So, I will say this, you can get either 50th anniversary badging or not have the badging on if you want to pay a little bit less. Or from what I saw, you also get a little tiny like model that's got like the 50th anniversary Goldwing on the one side and the original one on the other side of it. And also you get basically a book about the history of the Goldwing. So, at least you're getting a little bit more than just the badge on it. But nonetheless, let's take all that away from that. You think about it, 50 years, that's pretty impressive for a motorcycle. Now, granted, you look at a Harley, pretty much it's been the same Harley for about the same time, more or less. But still, though, you think about it, anytime that you get a motorcycle that stands the test of time, and I don't care what brand it is, that's, kind of something special. And especially what's cool about the Goldwing to me is the fact that, well, it was kind of conceived as a U.S. motorcycle. Yes, Honda may be from Japan, and yes, they are back to making their motorcycles in Japan, but still, the Goldwing is really, it was kind of made for and basically grew up in the American market. I'd make the argument that a Honda Goldwing is just as American as a Harley Davidson, and that's gonna piss off a lot of you off, but I truly think that. It was a motorcycle that was made for the American market, that many Americans adopted and made it their own, and just the things that evolved from the start of that Goldwing, where it started in just this little cruiser bike. Well, it wasn't really little, but this cruiser bike that had this big, massively huge engine on it that was smooth as hell, and has grown to what it is today. 1800 cc's, full dresser, trunk. You got bagger, or you got hard panniers on it. You got power windshield. You get them. You can Bluetooth them to your headsets now. It's amazing how far that has come. And in the end, like I said before, America is the one that made the Goldwing, because it was very much for this. So obviously a salute to 50 years of Honda Goldwing. So here's you, Honda Goldwing. And the ones I've had have been absolutely awesome to ride. So it's pretty cool. Right. Next one. This is from Doug Friedrichsen 8004. And this is from the 3-wheel thing is getting on a hand. This is when we demoed the F3. Yeah. So he says this guy knows very little about the difference between the RT and the F3. Yep, got it. Once again, I understand. I don't know the differences, okay? Cool. But I don't know. Maybe I'll go to your videos talking about Goldwings, and I can hammer you for not knowing about Goldwings. I'm sorry. Once again, I'm going to say this again. You don't go to my demo videos for high quality content. You kind of go for low budget, mailed in, I'm just going to give you kind of my thoughts. And I don't research things going in. And I kind of do that by design. I just kind of try to approach those videos as someone who doesn't really know about them, going to go check them out. So if you wanted a nice, fancy, high-tech video, guess what? I'm not the guy to do it. I don't have near the subscriber reach to even be considered to go do any demo or any press or anything like that. I'd love to, but the reality is I just don't have the subscribers for it. I'm not big enough for that. And that's just how it is. So this is kind of the low-budget discount crap you get from me. So my apologies, but in the end, you kind of get what you pay for here. But anyways, our first and only comment this week is from Janocat, or Django Cat. And this is from Something New, Sturgis Rally Demos. That was the one where we did the spider see the sky. Or yeah, whatever it is. See the sky. Yeah, whatever. I can never remember it. So there you go. I gave the spider crowd something to yell at me about again. They're very vocal. They're a vocal bunch. The spider crowd is. But anyways, that's not the point of the story. This is a different story. So Django Cat asked, how did they accept you at Sturgis on this? Did you get razzed a lot, or were they cool with it? So here's the thing. I'm going to say this. I don't care who you are. If you're on a spider, you're gonna get razzed a little bit by, I don't care what spot you're at in the world. I don't care if it's at Sturgis, if it's a bike night in Memphis, Tennessee, or a bike night in Denver, Colorado, or or it's Lone, the Republic. Rally anywhere. On a spider, you're gonna get some crap. You're just gonna get it. And they got a point. We've all seen the meme that's got the crying lady, and he said he was a biker and he pulled up on a spider wearing a Sons of Anarchy vest, or Sons of Anarchy sweatshirt. Stuff like that. So we've all seen the memes and all that, and that's just part of being in the motorcycle community. And I would know because I ride a Goldwing, and if you ride a Goldwing, it's kind of the same deal. You're gonna get a hard time. It's just kind of the way it is. But now, I will separate this from it. You're gonna get a hard time. You're gonna get some gruff. People are gonna, is what it is. Are people gonna be violent towards you? Are they going to, go and destroy the bike? Are they gonna go slash tire? Are they gonna be like, you can't have that here? Probably not. They're gonna give you a hard time. But for the most part, it just is what it is, like, you get a hard time on the spider and be like, well, good luck balancing your bike, old peepaw. Find the oldest guy there, or just give him that hard time or something like that. So, it is what it is. You're just going to get razzed. That's kind of part of the deal. It's part of the territory, but I'm going to be a little bit of a Debbie Downer here for a bit. And first of all, let's go ahead and watch this video. It doesn't have any sound on it, so if you're wondering where the sound goes, well, guess what? There isn't any. So let's watch it real quick. So if you've been under a rock for the last month or so, basically this happened in Oregon quite a few weeks ago. Essentially, it was a road rage incident. The reason why I'm bringing it up because, well, you guys, we gotta stop taking bikes to car fights. Because here's the thing. This is like 6,000 pounds. And that's a pickup, granted, but cars are like 4,000 pounds. You and your motorcycle probably aren't more than 1,000. Maybe some of you are, but for the most part, you ain't more than 1,000. So first of all, just sheer weight alone, car versus, or bike versus car or pickup, you're not going to win it. And guys got to stop. We got to stop with this whole, granted, from reading some excerpts of it, basically it was a deal where the van was being stupid and the motorcyclist was basically trying to figure out, asking a van what the heck they're doing. But here's the problem with that. They see you wrong, you're making gesture beside them, and it's really easy for them to go, whoop, and now you're wrecked. Now, to me, you know, was it really worth, you know, trying to show that car driver what the hell's going on? I don't think it was. Guys, we got to stop. Yeah, granted, the road is frustrating. Yes, cagers are stupid. Yes, they do stupid things. Yes, they are not watching for you purposefully, and also some of it, sometimes you can't help it because it's an intentional blindness. It's a thing. But we got to stop. Stop with the road rage, guys. I'm telling you right now, stop it. If you really want road rage, wait till you're in your vehicle, okay? Wait till you're in your car or your pickup. Don't do it on a bike because, once again, that's a fight you will not win. We have talked about before. We've done videos on that before. If that's happening, either get away. Either get back from them or do not confront them. Get the hell away from them, okay? If they're obviously not knowing what they're doing, like I said, just get out of the situation however you can get out of there. Don't confront them. Don't start making gestures because, like I said, all it takes is that, and now you're wrecked. Fortunately, that rider survived, and he's alive, fortunately. But that could have ended up pretty bad for him. So I'm telling you, I'm imploring you, I'm urging you, stop with the road rage on the motorcycles, please. Just stop. Just stop doing all of it. Just you know, say to yourself, God, you're an effing idiot, and just move on. Get out of there. Get away from there. Please. For the love of God, please do it. Because when you're a motorcyclist, your safety and well-being very much depends on you staying out of car fights. So, let's talk about our second comment here. So, our second comment, this is from Memphis on a Shark, and it's from 3 weeks ago. And I had posed the question at the end of the video, hard rain. I was given some hints of what I was up to. And Memphis on a Shark, his reply was, decision, question mark, leaving nights. Well, you got it right. That's exactly what is going on. So as of now, I'm recording this on Sunday, June 29th, so it's not completely official yet, but as of the 1st of July, I will no longer be a member of the Green Knights. It just was the right decision at the time to make, and we said, yep, let's just, you know, it was a decision I made, and it was a tough decision, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that decision in the coming weeks, but that kind of brings me to my talking point for the month, and the point for this month is, if there's something that you're involved in that is getting you frustrated, and you're not getting anywhere, and you feel like you've done everything you can do, you know what? Don't be afraid to rip off the Band-Aid and leave. Don't be afraid just to call it and get the hell out of there. Sometimes you just gotta protect your mental health and your sanity, and you just gotta know when to just cut ties and walk the hell away. That's kind of exactly what we did there. Really, it was getting to the point where I was starting to hate things I enjoyed. Like I hated the poker run, and I love doing the poker run, and I kind of developed a great hate for even Midwest Meet and Greet this year, and I was looking forward to it pretty much for quite a while up until then. There were some other things too, which, like I said, I'm not going to discuss in that video. That will come in another video. But bottom line is, if something is got you down, that you're involved in an organization, whatever, and you've done everything you do, and you don't think you can do anything else, you know what? If you can get out of there, get out of there. Just get out of there. And if you got a job like that, something like that, and granted, don't just quit and not have anything back up. Like, kind of have a thought and a plan, but in the end, there's value in just walking away. Like, excuse me. I would say don't be afraid to walk away from something, because sometimes it is the only option. And in a situation like this, you know, I could have held on and kept trying, but it would have got to a point where I would have been so flustered, I probably would have just really, you know, dropped everything, walked away, and probably burned the bridge walking out. So this was, the control before we even got to thinking about that point. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Like I said, more info to come will be on that. So like I said, if there's something that you're involved in that you just can't take anymore, and you don't want to do anymore, and it's just got you frustrated down, you know what? Sometimes it's best just to walk away. But anyways, let's do some there.
So this one is from Memphis on a Shark, and he says, so now a former member of a club, are you still Clutch, or does the search for a new name begin? Well, I can tell you this much. That is one thing that is staying with me, is Clutch will be my road name. when I took that name with the Green Knights, I kind of took it as mine forever, and no one from them has said, oh, you got to leave your road name with us. So yes, Clutch will be the name I remain with for sure. It's one of those things, I've built a whole online persona with it. It's, you know, I'm identified as Clutch. My Instagram handle is clutch_605. Like, it's, you know, Clutch is wholly a part of my identity now. So, and one thing to go with that, so one thing our club had this weird habit of doing is they always wanted to change names all the time. And someone made a comment one day like, oh, we gotta change your name, Clutch. And I'm like, no, you're not. You are not changing my name. I don't care what you think. Like, I have a persona built, like, same deal. I have an online persona built around it. Everybody who subscribes to Sodak Motorcycle Blog knows me as Clutch. That's how I'm known. So, and we've been known with the same road name for so damn long. Like, sorry, I'm not giving it back. You know, maybe it'd be different with a different club, but yeah, sorry, like, you're not changing my name. That's all there is to it. Also, I don't know why they had sometimes this obsession with changing names. It's like, I don't know, I always thought it was weird, but whatever. So,
all right, now we're getting into the some new stuff here. So this one is from a video called This Road Sucks. This is part 2 of my Colorado road trip this year. And this is from Trike Mike 7291. I'm guessing he rides a trike. And he says, thank you. Appreciate you keeping the videos coming. Well, I appreciate your support for sure. I definitely hope that we can keep making good videos for everybody. Like I said, I ain't gonna lie to you, there are times where it's sometimes hard to come up with content. It really is. Like, for me, it's really, the trips make it easy. If I could do a trip all the time, that would make life a lot easier for me, because obviously trips, you can always get content from trips. Sometimes it kind of sucks when you're at home and in the grind. The one great advantage I have as well for content is the fact that, well, I have the Sturgis Rally every year, and, well, let's see, this year's Sturgis Rally, we popped out 12 videos. Let's see, 6 days, 5 demos, 11 videos. So we popped out 11 videos for Sturgis, plus a shortcut video, 12. Plus we kind of did a, you know, kind of a preview video. That's 13. So we had 13 videos this year that were dedicated just to the Sturgis Rally, which you do a video every week. That's 52 weeks in a year. So 13 of those videos every year get taken up by Sturgis Rally. And then you add in the 12 comments and beer videos. So between Sturgis and comments and beer, we're at 25 videos. That's half my year right there. So makes, you know, content creation very easy if you got something you're doing somewhere you're going. So, but, and the point of that whole ramble is to say, yep, I very much appreciate your support, and I definitely want to keep the videos coming for you for sure. Absolutely. All right. So our second comment, and this is from my How to Do an Iron Butt Run, and this is from part 3 of that series called Prepare. And basically on that one, I just went through and kind of went through what the steps I did to prepare for the route. You know, everything from, you know, planning your route, what to do while planning your route, good ideas of your route, to, you know, going out a little bit before the run, doing a dress rehearsal, things like that. So that was kind of what that video was about. And this is from Stretching on 3 Wheels, and they said, great tutorial, best I've seen on YouTube. Well, I'm glad you think that way for sure. That's great. Awesome. I'm glad it worked well for you for sure. And that was one of those deals where, you know, kind of that tutorials I did was part of, yeah, I needed some content, but also, you know, it's kind of some information that I would have liked to know before I did my run. Some things I learned when I did my first run. So I'm glad you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching. I hope you stay watching Sodak Motorcycle Blog. Our next comment. This is from Shadowband by YouTube. 13 days ago on this 3-wheel thing is getting out of hand. Sturgis Rally 2024 demos. And he says, nobody likes you, bro. So I will say this. Yeah, okay, maybe nobody likes me, but I will say this at least. What are we up to now? You know, it doesn't really have the payoff when you gotta wait. So one thing, I do have 640 subscribers. So, and I think only 3/4 of them are bots. So there's some people in this world that do like me. So, but anyways, I would say with a name like Shadow Banned by YouTube, I would guess that trolling is a profession for you. So, anyways, I'm just gonna leave it at that, and I will say this: say hello to your mom for me when she brings you down your cheesy poofs tonight. So, have fun. So this is from last month's Comment and Beer. It's our friend Memphis on a Shark again. And he asks, would you consider sending me an empty bottle of Sawyer Brewing? My dog's name is Sawyer, and we collect all sorts of things with his name on it. And we got a second comment from him right here. And he says, great video. Please keep them coming. I can't retire out that way. I can't wait to retire out that way. 6 more years. So definitely getting there for sure. Now, if I can tell you this much, that's the Sawyer Brewing right there. Like I said, I think we shouldn't have a problem sending it to you. Now, if it was my, oh heck, what was I thinking of? The name of, oh heck, Minor Brewing. Now, if it was my Minor Brewing one, absolutely not, because Minor Brewing don't exist anymore. But since Sawyer is still a thing, yep, we'll definitely can send it to you. Actually, if you would, please reach out to my email address. I'm not going to say it here on the air, but if you look down in the comments on all my videos, I got the blog's email address on it. Go ahead and shoot me an email on there. Just give me your name and your address, and like I said, hopefully here in the next few weeks I can get this shipped off to you. I definitely wouldn't mind giving it to you at all. So basically, kind of for all your Sodak motorcycle blog, you're pretty good commenter on our videos, so definitely appreciate it. So, all right, everybody, back to the garage. There you have it for 2025. Put a bow on that on January 1st, 2026. Like I said, I'm not recording on that day, but like I said, you're watching this on the night of January 1, 2026, and I guess just one last time, I'd like to wish you a very happy new year. Hopefully all your holidays went well. Hopefully everything went good for you. And here's if 2025 was bad for you, hopefully it's a better 2026. If 2025 is really good for you, hopefully 2026 can be at least partially as good as 2025 was for you. But anyways, before I forget, also, obviously, Sodak Motorcycle Blog. We make weekly videos. They come out every Thursday at 7 p.m. Mountain Time or 7 p.m. in Denver. So if you're wondering when 7 p.m. is, what time video is, if you're on Denver time, whatever 7 p.m. in Denver is, new videos come out. Also, I'm going to switch hands here because this is going a little longer than I thought it would. So, also, if you look at it right now on our page, we got a lot of videos that are members first right now. If you want to watch all those videos right now, please consider a membership for $2.99 a month. For that, you get access to my videos right away when I upload them, regardless of when I uploaded them. For example, a lot of those rally videos that you've been seeing, they were uploaded at the end of August and beginning of September, and you could have seen them then if you were a member. Also, you get priority reply to comments, and you get a little icon, Sodak Motorcycle Blog icon that goes by your name whenever you leave a comment. And when you leave that comment, I will respond within 48 hours. Other than that, if you don't want to be a member, you still get the same great Sodak Motorcycle Blog. You just have to wait for the comments and beer for your comments, and also you have to wait for when I designate the regular videos would come out on the regular schedule. But anyways, enough with all that. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you dislike this video, hit the dislike button. Also, please feel free to leave comments. Obviously, that's a big part of comments and beer. And other than that, I'm Clutch for the Sodak Motorcycle Blog, and we'll see you later.